relaxing the limbs. Bearing in mind when the leg really begins back here. This is where the leg begins, so you can have a thing from here down and just rotating the hip. It's not, the body's all connected. Even this kind of moves when we do the ball in the sky. We recognize we're doing things with our arms, but also just that movement itself is working in the lower back and the legs. And the leg begins back here. So it's all connected. That sense of emphasizing and being aware of connectivity, whole form, helps the form to dissolve into one unity rather than separate bits and pieces. This is both allows deeper sense of calm and integration. And also helps to really, establish a proper awareness of body as not just a visual shape, but as a living, fluid system that you can find comfort in and steadiness in. So we come into the arm joint. Remember, the arm begins in the shoulder, so of course the shoulder affects what happens here, affects the upper chest and in the neck. So you can bring your awareness over the whole area from the jawbone, this circle, just let your awareness cover all that. So if you move your shoulder, you also relax your jaw. As you swing the arm back, you can feel the effect in the back, all the way down the back, into the base of the lumbar region. And so one of the books of the Abhidharma, it mentions the paired factors: lightness of body, lightness of mind, pliability of body, pliability of mind, fitness, body, it's fit, it's properly tuned in, of body, fitness of mind. So the same phrases are used to refer to both this kaya quality and the citta quality. They support each other. And often it's sometimes easier to work with the bodily aspect and let the citta begin to pick that up, because we're not moving in hasty or disjointed ways. The citta picks up the same kind of tempo and manner. Okay, let's go into the string puppet. So connecting the movements to the breathing. Recognizing when your arms extend, this because it also causes the upper body to extend. It means your breathing capacity is extended because you've opened more room in your chest for the air to fill. So your breathing can be extended without doing anything with your breathing. You just create more space and the breathing follows it. Like water, if you open a gate, the water will naturally pour in. So we're opening these gates. This is the upper gate. This is the upper gate. And when the exhalation, you come to the exhalation, just even the way we kind of imagine or drop the exhalation, just don't even notice it, just gone. Just kind of bear in mind the sense of spreading. So spreading and suffusing. Because our attitudes around breathing are quite primitive, really. I'm just going to suck air in and blow it and then drop it. We're kind of an inhalation culture. Dump it when you finish with it. But actually the out-breath has got this lovely sense of a spreading, widening, suffusive quality. If you begin to support that. So we're not just breathing out through the nose, the whole body is releasing with the out-breath. Yeah? Winding, spreading and steady, so we don't drop the out-breath, we let the arms carry it down smoothly and then turns into the inhalation. Because it's not as if there's one breath after another, there's only one breath in life. It starts when you're born, it stops when you die. It just goes through this pattern for however many years you got. So even the ending of the out-breath, what we call the ending, is just that point when the breath energy is turning. It goes low and it turns. So just be with the turning also, with equal attention. It's very helpful when you're cultivating anapanasati to not just keep chopping the breath up into sections. It's a steady flow. And it's through. Now when you're doing this with your body, you're actually giving yourself almost more chance to experience that point where the inhalation comes to its open state. Yeah. And it's still there, the energy is still there, it's gone to the open state, and it turns, and descending. And it goes again to the open state. From the open state comes into rising. And these open phase is one of the most important parts of mindfulness of breathing, because that's where you come to the open phase in your breathing out. This is where the mind has to just can't do anything. It's just to open. There's no willpower there. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to. The mind just has to open into receptivity, which is beautiful. And it helps the energy to become smoother, and the mind also to know how to be with movement, open around movement, open around stillness, and not always be doing something or, So let's take some time to really savor some of this process. So the next time coming down through water. And stay with that expanded, get an expanded sense. Comes with this form. Feel taller, more expanded. And so gently releasing the movement, stay in the space. So opening the lower gates, so that was the upper gates, lower gates, where the legs join the trunk of the body. The qua squats. So, one of the themes that we can cultivate, just recognizing, the legs, the capacity of the legs is a sense of tremendously, they're quite grounded, keeping one firmly connected to the ground, the earth, and stabilizing. And if that sense is encouraged, that sense of the stability and the groundedness of the legs and how the body rests inside that, this helps to relax tension in the lower abdominal region, gripping, where you're kind of holding yourself. And this is a quite natural reflex to sort of be holding yourself together, but it creates a mind. The mind is not properly really rested in the present. It's always holding something up. It's that modality, that attitude, holding something up. So then, of course, we prepare for everything, try to work out what to do. We're still holding it, because there's no trust in presence. There's groundedness. You just want to breathing out, bending at the hip, really letting everything go down into the ground, breathing out. So let go of the willpower, let the legs lift, inhalation coming in, let your body open with inhalation. And coming up, and the next time you come up, just let the movement subside, experiencing an easy, open state where you feel strong without being tough. Yeah. And strength is a sense of connection to the ground. This allows you to be quite open rather than hard-shelled. Then relax the form, release the form. A sense of security in being firmly present. When there's anxiety or insecurity, there's panic mechanism. What happens generally is the breathing goes fast and the energy goes up. People start going out, you see their eyes going out into, well, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? So the energy's all going up and out. And that's the kind of the panic movement of energy. It goes up and out in this kind of. Whereas if one's feeling that sense of uncertainty, the best thing is to go down. Right? Okay, I'm feeling really, just bend your knees, hold the ground. Helps energy to go down and get that sense of connection to the ground. The energies link up. I feel quite stable, even if things are uncertain. Present. So something you should kind of consider, bear in mind. So when you're feeling anxious or flustered or losing confidence and securities, you shouldn't do more movement. You should actually not go rigid, but actually go flexible but grounded. Energies then begin to steady. This is very important to recognize because we live in a rather legless time. We have wheels instead of legs. So you don't get that sense of something that's there, So, okay, so let's move on. To show you something that deals again with this sense of a coordination of movement, drawing through the whole bodily form. So rather like the cow gazing at the moon, it's a turning form. This means again a connection to the ground, through the body, and then open, connecting to the space. The turning form, the spiral form, there's a lot of strength in it. If you use a screw, it's stronger than a nail because it's got that turn in it. So this one is this turning form. So we bring up the idea of a steering wheel. So the steering wheel, as you get the steering wheel established, and then you bring your weight, say, onto your left leg, bend your left knee. So with the weight on the left leg, left knee bent, you're able to easily lift the toes of the right foot. Okay? And then we're going to turn the wheel. So hands turn over, and we turn on the heel. Yeah, so imagine you're driving and then you're turning. So turning the hands and turning in the pivoting in the foot. So that's the first phase of it. You can do it both sides. Steering wheel. So as we come onto the left foot, bend the left knee, lift the toes of the right foot, turning. So you pivot on the heel, turn the wheel in that clockwise form. Yeah. Now, as we come into that turning, you can continue, but now what happens is you shift your weight onto the front foot, bend the right knee, so the weight's carried on the right leg. Continue turning your body and swivel your left heel. So you come round like that. So turning, so come round to 90 degrees, turn 90 degrees, turning the hands, and the back hand continues to move behind me, and the weight goes onto the front leg, and the upper body turns to look at the back hand. So just see what the position is now. So now turn the whole body around to look into the back hand. Front hand out in front with the fingers pointing up. And the weight on the front leg. Now to return, back hand comes forward, the weight moves back. I'm on the back leg, allows this foot to lift, come round, turn around, and the back foot slides. See? So when I turn this way, when I do the first turning, then as I turn, the right heel slides around, and that's 45 degrees. When I come back again, I'm back onto the right foot, lift the toes of the left foot, pivot on the left heel, come round, the left foot comes down, and the right foot slides around. And as you probably would understand, as you turn, there's the out-breath, is the turning, as if the twisting the body is squeezing the breath out. At the end of the exhalation, rock back, lift toes, inhalation. Here we are again. So it's pretty much every major muscle in the body is being given a massage, and we're connecting that to the flow of breathing. So the legs carry the weight, do the movement. This allows the torso to twist extensively, gradually. So all the fascia tissues and the muscles in the torso are lightly stretched and opened. So the breathing then permeates the upper body. See, because by tension and by constriction, the muscles form a hard stiffness in the upper body. Your breathing doesn't really expand. So often people find mindfulness of breathing quite uncomfortable. Because they're working against something that's trying to control the breath, or the breath feels constricted because the body is constricted. So we should never try to do mindfulness of breathing. You should put effort into opening, relaxing the body. The breathing will naturally fill the space that you create. The space isn't there, you can't push it. You create the space and the breathing will naturally fill it. It's like water. And the qualities of that steady, suffusive breathing will permeate. When it's pleasant, as the Buddha described it, as pleasurable. Okay, so let's just do one more form, and then we'll go into standing. This one is called the crane spreads its wings. So this takes some time to, again, using the legs. The more you use your legs, the more relaxed and your upper body gets, because it's not carrying anything. So often you're carrying the world on your shoulders, and you want to drop that. So here the legs will carry, and we're going to bend the knees and let the legs lower the body down. And then lift the body gradually. And connect that to breathing out, descending. Keep the back straight. And then with the get to the end of the out breath and the legs feel they've gone as far as they can. Wait for the inhalation, keep relaxing. Inhalation comes in, follow that rising breath. Now, and as you come to the end of the exhalation, letting go of the mind, you may find that that allows the legs to drop another centimetre. And a little more relaxation. So as best you can, avoid tipping forward. So, even if you can't go down far, that's okay, but avoid tipping your body, because you want to keep that sense of the balance. And then inhalation, coming up. And as you've cultivated that, like a spring, the spring goes down and it bounces up. So you get the coil, then the recoil. And as you do that with the spring, you notice as you go down deeper, the recoil goes higher. Actually, we don't have to physically go down any further than we can, but the whole sense of your attitude, your mind, your energy, dropping it down, 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 and all the way out till you really let go and wait. And let the in-breath lift. Okay. So as the inhalation comes in, the rising quality over the tube of the upper body, so it's not just the chest, it's the whole tube, and begin sensing in your back, rising under your shoulders, let your shoulders be lifted, and begin to get the sense of wings, rather like with a string puppet. Naturally, that movement in the arms opens the chest, so you get a deeper inhalation happens because you've increased the space. So with that increased space, the deeper inhalation, you get more lift. And then descending. And you get the recoil increases. Arms rise. More space, more breath comes in. Crane spreads its wings. And we'll take this to the obvious conclusion. This crane flies. So as you're coming up, you feel the arms rise, turn your shoulder blades in, and let the arms rotate over and throw them forward. Throw the arms forward, fan the fingers. So inhalation is really large body of breath. And you're extending your body energy forward. And that movement of the arms helps that to counterbalance so we don't topple over as you come down. So the further forward the arms are, they counterbalance so we feel quite steady. You can go down perhaps a little more. Rising. And then the crane coming into land. Release the fingers. And you feel the effect, a considerable warming effect in the legs, I imagine. The legs are there, generating quite a lot of energy. And if we've, connected legs to breathing to upper body, then some of the energy has been shared through the whole form. And just stand a while, maintaining the sense of your space. And when you feel settled, when your breathing feels calm and full, we'll go into the standing form for a few minutes, sometimes called standing like a tree. Settled, you're aware of the space around you at arm's length. This is your bubble, if you like. And we might imagine this bubble is sitting in the ocean. So very wide, supportive atmosphere being carried. And then we form the ball. The ball rests on the ocean. So let the arms come out so they're not pinched against your chest, each joint, this joint, all these joints should be greater than 90 degrees. So it's not like that. And the space in the armpit, the crook of the arm, the wrist. It's a ring. Huh? Imagine that ring extends from your fingertips across your back, from one shoulder to the other shoulder blade, and then down the other arm, and the fingertips, and the whole fingertips themselves are also connected. So you've got this ring which sits on the ball, and then we're resting on the ring. And its fingers are about face width apart, arms facing the front of the body. And the height you feel just feels appropriate, you know. Maybe it's there, or it may drift up. It may start low and it may rise by itself to come up to chest height. And most important is to maintain the sense of being carried rather than holding yourself up. So resting on the ball. And slowly release the ring. And stay in the ocean, but releasing the ring. And let the water level drop. Let's close, draw everything back into the abdomen, as if that ball has slipped inside, and our breath drops into it. In-breath rises from that and spreads throughout the body. Okay, so let's take half an hour.